On this edition of City Focus, we give you a recap of a job fair held by the Valdosta Police Department. KLVB encourages volunteers to help with its Rivers Alive cleanup event. We tell you how you can get tickets to the Valdosta Fire Department's first annual Firefighters Ball. And we visit with Terry Jenkins from the American Red Cross to discuss their role in the community after Hurricane Hermine. These stories and more on this edition of City Focus. Welcome to City Focus. I'm Marcus McConaughey, the media coordinator for the City of Valdosta. City Focus is your source for information for what's taking place within your city government. This is the 18th episode of City Focus in 2016, and here are some of the important topics that are happening in the city. On August 27th, the Valdosta Police Department hosted a job fair with the Eccles County Sheriff's Office and Georgia State Patrol.
Again, trying to get local folks to come out and be interested in joining their local department. Our local resources are by far our most valuable. People that know the area, know the people. It's very important to have them come out.
The goal of the job fair was to encourage those interested to apply to their local departments.
Law enforcement has been an issue nationally. I think the latest statistic I heard was the average lifespan of an officer is only about 36 months. Various factors are going into making that number, but one of the most important resources, for a department is having its people remain and having that longevity. And one of the best things to increase your longevity is to hire people that are from the area that have a vested interest in seeing the area produce, continue to prosper, taking care of its local citizens. There is definitely a bond.
The demand for police officers is always high, and the ultimate goal is retention in the force to continue to be able to protect and serve citizens. People with the desire to serve are perfect for the job.
Any department you will see people from all different backgrounds, all different races, genders, it doesn't matter, but the core values are the same. And the people that have that desire to serve, it's very similar to nurses, teachers, and police officers. There is a desire to help people to serve. And again, those three professions that I named are all very similar. In fact, again, you don't do it for the pay. The job's too hard because you're having to deal with other people's problems. But the desire to help and having those core values is what makes up our department. And again, you will see people from all over the country. We've got officers from many states that all come to this one department because we all share the same values.
For more information on how you can apply, contact the Valdosta Police Department or Human Resources at 229-259-3544. A group of new recruits for the Valdosta Fire Department met current firefighters to discuss what it means to be a part of the department.
For our new recruits and their families. And we also have many of our other firefighters with their wives here to be able to basically explain the day-to-day operations, how life is at the fire department.
The department is also trying to teach wives and other family members how their lives are going to change.
Kind of give them to understand that, we focus on the firefighters, but we also want to focus on the families as well because they become an extension of the Valdosta Fire Department. Our job is stressful. There's times when we're going on calls and they're worried about us, but we also have that person there to really be able to lead them and guide them through what's going on and be able to explain everything.
This is the third time that the department has held this event, and they find that the face-to-face meeting helps everyone involved.
Especially the wives and the husband and the other family, just kind of get that experience, to let them know that, they're not out there by themselves. If something even off duty happens, we'll be able to contact them and we can really come together to really help them.
For more information, contact the Valdosta Fire Department at 229-333-1836. 19 new students will be a part of the newest class of the Citizens Fire Academy. Their first night consisted of an introduction to the Valdosta Fire Department presented by Chief Freddie Broom. The academy consists of classes on communications, fire prevention, CPR and first aid, and a live burn. The group's last course will be on October 18th, and graduation is on October 25th. This is just one of the many programs that the city has to educate and involve the citizens in their local government. For more information on the Citizens Fire Academy, contact the Valdosta Fire Department at 229-333-1836. The Valdosta Fire Department is hosting its first annual Firefighters Ball on October 15th. The event is to raise money for Pink Hills, Valdosta, South Georgia, a local fire department initiative that provides care to local women in a variety of ways. The ball will take place at the James H. Rainwater Conference Center. The event is open to the public. But is adult only. It is formal dress and will include a buffet-style dinner, dancing, a cash bar, and music from the local band Live 5. Early bird tickets to the event are $35 until September 15th. Regular price tickets are $40 until October 15th. For those that are interested, contact Battalion Chief Ronald Screen, rscreen at valdostacity.com or at 229-333-1835, and visit valdostacity.com for more information. Rivers Alive Cleanup, one of KLVB's signature events, is fast approaching, and they are in search of volunteers.
Saturday, October 1st, beginning at 8:30 is our annual Rivers Alive event, and that is a statewide event. It's held throughout the state. We're not the statewide host of it, of course. We're just a local host of it. Keep Valdosta beautiful, that is. It is. There's going to be events going on throughout the month of October all over the state in our area, creeks, rivers, beaches, all those sorts of things all across the state of Georgia. And this is just one of those events.
For citizens that want to get involved, it's an easy process.
What we're asking folks to do if they're interested in participating is to either call my office at 671-3698 or email me at astrickland@valdostacity.com. And what we'll do is we'll add them to our volunteer list and then we'll assign them to a location.
Strickland believes the organization has made a major impact in the community. The amount of trash that the group has picked up has drastically reduced over the years.
Last year we had 9 different locations. We had 117 volunteers come out and we picked up nearly 3,000 pounds of trash. And I think we're making a bit of a difference. 2001 was the first one we did at this particular location, the Little River off St. Augustine Road there, where the DOT boat ramp is. And when we went down in there, we pulled out 10 tons of trash, litter, and debris. Now there's 2,000 pounds per ton, so that was over 20,000 pounds of junk that was down at this one location. Last year, in comparison, we did 9 locations, and we pulled out right at 3,000 pounds from 9 locations. That's going from 20,000 pounds at one location to 3,000 pounds at 9 different locations.
For more information, contact KLVB at 229-671-3698.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
we put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
That's
We have Terry Jenkins here from the local chapter of the American Red Cross to talk to us a little bit about disaster relief, especially after the storms we've had here. Terry, you guys cover a large area. About how many people did you guys serve over the last week or so with the storm coming through Valdosta and Lowndes County?
Hi, Marcus. Thank you for having me on the show. Our chapter covers 20 counties, so technically we serve a population of 445,000 every day. That's what we do. But however, during Hurricane Hermine, we sheltered 236 people. We had 3 shelters open in 3 of our cities in Valdosta, Waycross, and Douglas, with a total of 236 people that stayed Thursday night in the shelters.
That's awesome. Obviously, people needed a place to stay.
Yes.
When a storm like this hits our area, what are some of the steps, after it's done, or even before, what are some of the steps that the Red Cross says that we all need to do to prepare, and then afterwards, what do we need to do?
Well, what the Red Cross strives to do is to educate the community on how they can be prepared before the disaster hits. And so we send out multiple press releases. We submit information through our Facebook page, through the media, on downloading our hurricane apps. I really like to promote the apps because they really do track weather in real time. We work with the emergency management directors on presenting a unified message to the community so everybody will hear the same information at the same time, and with the public information officers. And so it's just, check things in your home. Make sure you have enough water per person, for the number of people in your family. Check the batteries in your flashlight, the radio. Have your NOAA weather radio up to speed. And there's a lot of different things, and we have information on our website and Facebook page with a hurricane safety checklist that people can look at and say, hey, this is what I need at my home.
Okay, awesome, cool. Is there anything that citizens can do after a storm has happened? What can they do to aid you guys?
Well, a lot of people reached out during the hurricane last week to help us, and we appreciated that. And so those are what we call spontaneous volunteers. So we are looking for volunteers to help us on that day-to-day response that we have with our single-family home fires. However, in a situation like this, we did accept help, and in the shelters, people donated food and their time, but money for disaster relief is really the primary way that people can help us. And anything that goes to disaster relief will service the community that we serve and help those that were displaced and lose everything, whether or not it was from the hurricane or fires.
Okay. And that's something that we can do year-round?
Yes, year-round. Disaster is year-round, and so we try to distribute that information and say, hey, this is what we need, this is how you can help. Red Cross is looking for volunteers, monetary support, sponsors for our events that we have throughout the year, and just offering community partnerships to companies in the way that they can keep the employees at their business safe and educated and prepared, and and then distribute that information to their family and friends.
Okay. Now, obviously, this has been a crazy time for you guys here. You had the floods in Louisiana recently. And then we had the hurricane come through North Florida, South Georgia. How do you guys serve everyone when you have multiple things like that going on?
It's the power of the volunteers, and that leads back to our mission statement. Without the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors, it would be hard-pressed for the Red Cross to do what we do every day and delivering that mission. When we got the word about Louisiana on August 14th, everybody just sprung into action, and since that time, over 4,000 Red Cross staff and volunteers deployed to Louisiana. Volunteers from every state in the country went to Baton Rouge area and some from
including our area.
Yes, including Hannah Carroll and Peppy Nelson. Peppy is still currently there, and so we hear stories of what they did. You know, providing mass care, feeding, IT, logistics. So there's a little bit of everything that the volunteers do. They're assigned to a specific area, but then they can kind of branch out into other areas. So. We were proud of the volunteers that stepped up and were able to and willing to go. And so that's an opportunity to anybody out there listening that can help us volunteer on a day-to-day or either on a state operation or a national operation like Louisiana. But originally more than 10,600 people were forced into the shelters. But as of a couple of nights ago, there were still nearly 1,000 that were in shelters. So going on 4 weeks now, there's still a great need for assistance with the Louisiana flooding operation.
Okay. Awesome. Now, obviously, we talked about, you know, here in Valdosta, the floods. Is there anything else that you need people to know about disaster relief and how they can get involved?
The Red Cross, we welcome anybody that is interested in volunteering. All the training is free for anybody that's wishing to volunteer. We have an event coming up on September 15th where a community-wide fundraiser is taking place. We're going to be set up at different locations in town, and everybody has the opportunity to come donate some funds toward the Louisiana effort. Louisiana is part of our Division 5 of Red Cross, and so we are stepping up to help, you know, our sister region in everything that they have suffered recently. Follow our Facebook page, South Georgia Chapter. Look on our website. Call the operations office located here in Valdosta. You know, to find out, that number is 229-242-7404.
Okay. I want to thank you for taking out your busy schedule and sitting down and talking to us. But this is important information that we want all of our citizens to know, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
What's up? What's happening today? Let's do those pearly whites, man.
Yeah! Good boys, check it out.
Ooh, cute.
Are you good to try?
I'm fine.
Hey girl, what's the name? What's good? What's up? What's happening? How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Sir, go and step out of the vehicle for me.
Yes, sir.
See ya, buddy. Today, Sean's got a hearing. We'll see how it goes. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Care Environmental is a household hazardous waste transfer, storage, and processing facility that allows city residents to discard their household hazardous waste for free. Household hazardous wastes are toxic to the environment and potentially can contaminate our water supply. Paint cans, aerosols, pesticides, paint thinner, motor oil, and car batteries can be dropped off at Care Environmental. If you need to drop off your hazardous waste, you can do so on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Care Environmental, and you may contact them at 229-242-6565. The City of Valdosta invites citizens to provide feedback for its 2016 Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report. For the Community Development Block Grant Program, the City encourages citizens to participate in evaluating its overall process and carrying out the priorities and objectives identified in the HUD-approved consolidation plan, and to report its progress to HUD and the citizens of Valdosta. All comments received are an important part of the overall CAPER assessment process. The report is posted on the City of Valdosta website at valdostacity.com from September 7th through 23rd. Citizens must submit their comments by September 23rd at 5 p.m. For more information or to submit comments, citizens may visit the Neighborhood Development Division at 300 North Lee Street between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. or call 229-671-3617. The Valdosta Fire Department would like to thank those that gave to their annual MDA boot drive during the Labor Day weekend. The funds raised will help local kids visit MDA camp. The Valdosta Fire Department appreciates the community for their continued support of this worthwhile program. Now let's take a look at what's taking place in the city in the coming weeks. September 17th, Dumpster Art. Come watch local artists turn dumpsters into pieces of art in downtown Valdosta beginning at 8 a.m. September 17th, Georgia Constitution Day. Celebrate Georgia's statehood. September 17th, Farm Days. Come purchase locally grown fresh fruits and vegetables around historic Lowndes County Courthouse beginning at 9 a.m. September 19th, Greater Lowndes Planning Commission Work Session, 5:30 at the South Health District Administrative Office. September 21st, Goodwill on the Go Workshop. It takes more than just work ethic. 11 a.m. in the City Hall Annex Multi-Purpose Room. September 22nd, Valdosta Youth Council Meeting, 4 p.m. in Council Chambers. September 22nd, City Council Meeting, 5:30 in Council Chambers. Everyone is invited. September 26th, Greater Lowndes Planning Commission at the South Health District Administrative Office. September 27th, Seeds for Success Learning Series, 5:30 at Mount Calvary Baptist Church Fellowship Hall. Contact Neighborhood Development at 229-671-3617 to register. October 1st, Rivers Alive Cleanup. To volunteer, contact KLVB at 229-671-3698. To stay informed of what's happening in the city, sign up for the weekly e-news blast at valdostacity.com/public-information or call Public Information Officer Samantha Matthews at 229-259-3548. September is National Preparedness Month. The month is designed to educate Americans to prepare and respond to all types of emergencies. We should all stay informed of severe weather. Families should prepare a disaster kit with at least 3 days of food and water. Citizens can also get involved with your local American Red Cross chapter. For more tips, visit ready.ga.gov. This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, valdostacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta City Without Limits. Also like our Valdosta Youth Council page. Follow us on Twitter at City of Valdosta and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you here next time on City Focus.